Yo, I'm hanging. Yo, Evan, how's it going? Yo, Abby, how are you? How's it going, guys? Is it hot? It's hot. Yo, how's it going, short kitten? Kev, how are you doing? How's mom doing? Yo, ready. Good. But today was the first day I heard just like mom just being like, "Get me out of here." It was just like I had enough. Like truly, I know that she felt it earlier, but she didn't say anything. It's also funny because it's like I always, yo, Wilson, how's it going, man? Dude, I listened to Mr. Jukebox today, and I think I might make I might make the content and just see what happens. But so I think that it's like I really just don't like hanging out. I'm so happy to be in New York. I'm so stoked to be here right now. Yo, Uma, holy smokes, how's it going? Long time no see. How's it going, Valley Girl? But like, and it's like it's when you don't go some you don't do something, especially like maybe with like family or something. But I feel like it's also like sibling shit where they're like, oh, I had the best time, this is the greatest thing, and it's like they're just trying to make you kind of feel bad for not going. I feel like that kind of with mom, where she's just like, it's amazing, this and that, and I'm over here being like, I'm good, and then I think that she wanted to be like, yeah, like she's asking like, what are you up to? And it's like actually like cool, fun shit. Cause it's like, it's like family. Like they're great, but they're also, like it's like some people are, if they're bored, some people are like, they don't know. I don't know. Anyhow, yeah, I'm in New York right now. But yeah, so today was the first day mom was just like, dude, this is rough. It's definitely hot, 92 here, but not the hottest. Oof. Do it, bro. If you hate it, just send it to me. I mean, it'll be great for sure. I mean, like, again, I'm not even saying like, maybe, there's a certain something I think about, wait, I'm doing great. Sorry, I missed so much. Oh, no. We're just happy that you're great. I feel like one reason why I think I approach, I think I like make decent content, if you will. I don't even know. It's like, I don't know how to really say that, but it's just because I feel like since I'm pointing the camera at stuff that's so, yeah, I miss mom too. I'm pointing the camera at stuff that's so interesting to me that I said it before. Like, I feel like it's just like a junkyard. It's like, I think that some people try to present really beautifully and they're like, everything is like pristine and everything. And I'm like, yeah, my shit's like a junkyard, but I have the goods, It's just like, it's like a flea market, but it's like, if you fuck with what I have, it doesn't make a difference how it's presented. It's like finding, it's like finding a gem at a fucking, the gift shop, Goodwill, you find like a Holy Grail record at, some fucking, the clearance bin. And it doesn't make a difference. It's almost like better that it's in the clearance bin than if you found it like, on the wall or something. But so, yeah, again, it's just like, I feel like, I was thinking about you on my walk to get coffee this morning. And I was thinking about it. And I was just like, oh, I'll listen to it, the record. And I just remembered like I went to a bar. I forgot where. It was somewhere in East Nashville. I forgot what bar it was. But it was like, I interviewed his brother. And he comes from Florida, and he was like a fiddle whiz kid growing up. Like it was like there were so many cool stories that I just remembered yesterday that I was gonna kind of just like not explore, but just be like, oh, cool, this record is cool, but also like I mentioned yesterday a bit, like I think again like the story was cool. It was like I think that Margot Price was doing really well, and then he was like, it was like a movie moment. It was like she was doing really well, and then someone was working at Third Man, and he wrote a little note, and then he just wrote like, "I'm Margot Price. I'm the male equivalent to Margot," or like I'm the something along the lines of Margot Price being on Third Man, and him being like the next up, and like slid over this like note, and the dude was just like, all right, That's it. And then he put it out the record. You know, it was like there was some fucking movie thing that was like rad. Yeah, how's it going, Ashley? And again, I just remembered like kind of exploring those ideas in my mind, and then asking some questions, because it was also like, I think I did mention, and I don't think it was like too far off, but I was like, yo, let me interview Jack White. You know, like let me talk to Jack. Because again, this whole thing is just going to be good for the record, you know? But I think that I really do think, but this might be just like my like bitter, yo, Holy Decay, how's it going? It could be my bitterness towards that world, and it wasn't that world. It's not any one thing in particular. It's just my peers and their relationship to the internet. It wasn't like there was no one person, there was no anything, and it wasn't like it's like you can't get mad at someone who's not like, who's trying to like, you know, like who's trying to go the opposite way of the lazy river. Because, you know, again, it's like the music industry. It's like they had a good run. It's also crazy to think that it's like kind of over, even though it's not, but it kind of is. But yeah, I was gonna just explore all these cool things, and I was just like, I think at the time people just really wanted this really, really, really curated, manufactured, pristine, or not even pristine, but like they want to present in a certain way, and I get that. I totally get that. And mine, it's like, I was talking to a friend last night. I met up with a few people, and I was saying that I think that a lot of, it wasn't like a deep influence of mine, but I think that my approach to things is more of like a skate video than it is like a film or something. So even if I was making a thing on, you know, his record, I could look at it like it's a movie. But again, when I think about the Dawes thing, I'm like, it really feels like a piece of content. Granted, it's like there is nothing that Dawes has done kind of like it. And I feel like someone could be like, oh, that documentary did. And I'm like, I wouldn't fight the thing. But again, this is kind of semantics. I'm just kind of like, cool, if you like the thing, then that's awesome. But I don't know if I would really call myself, or I don't know. Because I also do know this too. One thing that really fucked me up, especially at the time, was I remember some people, this is actually after the fact, years after the fact, but some people were like, you know, just tell me what to do online. Like, tell me what I should do online. And like, give me homework assignments, almost along the lines of like a trainer. And it was funny because if I, like, let's just use Taylor as an example, just because we're talking about whatever. But like, if I was like, okay, cool, give me one song and one cover once a week, and then give me a list of your top 5, fill in the blanks, whatever. And then like I could make some stuff. But it's like, let's just say kind of like if he was covering, I don't know, Crazy After All These Years. If he filmed himself do it, I feel like he might be like, oh, this sucks. Like I'm making an Instagram video. But if I filmed him doing it, then he's just a songwriter and I'm just a documentarian. And it's to be the same video. But again, it's all just like really like point of view. And I really understood that around the time of when I suggested these ideas. And then again, I was just like kind of in general to a bunch of people, because I worked with a few bands. I was just like, again, call it what you want. I don't know what to do. Yo, Magic, how's it going? Wait, I also bought a minifan for some reason. The plastic smells like gas. I don't know how. Oof, dude. Sad. But it was also funny. I was talking to these like a bunch of Gallant. No, oh God, so sorry. Yo, Hans, how's it going? Yo, Nikki, how are you? How's it going? Long time no see. But yeah, I was also, wait, Hans, have you ever heard of do you know who Justin Hager is? Justin Hager. You know, you have you ever heard of that artist? He's from Bakersfield, but then he moved to San Francisco, and I think he really cut his teeth in San Francisco, and then he's out here now. But I also, again, I just remembered, and I completely forgot, because I shot him too, and it's cool. And it was like, I mean, I haven't seen it. I mean, I was just there once, but I was like, I hate the smell of Scotch tape. Kevin, did you go to bed yesterday? I did. I did. After quite a while. Oh, that's not even true. I took a nap before I went out. Yeah, I did go to bed. Um, but yeah, no, I filmed him too. I had so many ideas because I feel like the last crew I was filming was all of Phoebe Bridgers' band. And I was probably going to be like, oh yeah, I'll film Phoebe. And at the time, Phoebe was working with Connor Oberst. And so I was like, cool, I'll get these dudes, I'll get this crew, and then I'll fuck with some of these artists. And again, they're all sitting somewhere. But yeah, it was just lockdown. It was like I could edit these things, but I was very like, I'm gonna shoot all this stuff. Yeah, his art reminds me of dude. Yes, oh my god, he's the best. I love him so much. I was with him yesterday. I follow him on IG, dude. That's so sick. Yeah, he's like one of my best friends. I remember I went to Outside Lands one year, and I think he maybe did a little bit of artwork. But I went with that dude Alex Pardee, who did all the U stuff, and he was meeting like Justin was like, yo, Alex, man, I really fuck with you. And Alex is in like Lords and I think CBS or I don't know. He's like a Bay, he's like an upper playground dude. He curated a few Juxtapose. He curated I haven't seen it. He curated an issue of Juxtapose, and he put me in it as a photographer. But I met him then, and again, he was just like kind of like geeked on Alex, and I was like, I think I like saw his stuff on like Tumblr, like the Missy Elliott Smith and the E.T. Boz and like all the old stuff. And I was like, yo, dude, you're the best. And it's just he's so good. I don't even know what to say. But yeah, I filmed him, and yeah, the stuff never really came out. He wouldn't mind anything coming out. But again, I was just sitting on a bunch of stuff because I was like, cool, I'm gonna do this weekly. But if I have like 20 in the can, I'll just be like pumping them out. Like I had like a full plan. Sad. Bro, school is occupying more, but all good. I'm doing well with my studies. Lily's YouTube shorts are, oh, dude, ice cream. Yeah, Juxtapose sick, man. Yeah, it's awesome. Ground Control to Major Tom, of course. Yeah, it's funny. I saw that. I came across that one so super like randomly like the other day. I was like, oh yeah, this is good. But I was also like, that shit on YouTube. We don't really make. Mom's shorts don't really like go on YouTube too much. Again, it's not like something I'm like really worried about, but like it's not really a thing. That one fucking went for our numbers over here. I know it's a long shot. About some discounted Cartoon Network CDs back in the early 2000s. There were these Cartoon Network CDs that were prized in cereal boxes. There were 5 different types in total. I have one, but all scratched and skips, messed up. Some people don't even remember them. I know it's a long shot, but would you mind asking around your friends for the car? I mean, if I'm coming across anyone who I think will have that, I'll ask. But Nikki knows. I don't even know what those are. How are you guys doing? How is it's Friday. New York. I love New York so much, but I don't know what day it is. No, it's not even Friday. Is it Friday? No. It's Friday, dude. Rebecca Black. Yeah, it's like every day it's just so gnarly. It's so gnarly. It's like every day. I don't know. I mean, it's also, I guess it's like I didn't really have like, I had some plans. I mean, I have some plans, but I also kind of didn't tell people I was here. But also, like, just go down the street, you just see so many, so many. Yeah, dude. Yeah, all the days just turn into fucking forever over here. It's just so weird. Also, it's like hot and like summery where I kind of really forgot that like people are out in New York in the summer. It's like weather really is a gigantic thing where yeah, in LA it's like who cares, you know? Almost who cares. But over here it's like when it's nice out, like you really take advantage. It's Friday, you ain't got no job, you ain't got shit to do. The best. That's actually the best. I yesterday I forget the shirts I have here. I got to do like a clean, but like but I found a Bernie Mac shirt that just said I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. And it's like so sick and I forgot. I mean, it's like I remember how iconic it was, but I also forgot that it was at Def Comedy Jam. I forgot it was like a super fucking New York thing. But it was funny. I was with a bunch of like fucking like vintage nerds yesterday, and it was like it was serious business. How's the food in New York? It's so good. It's so good. It's also like I like a lot of just like cheap eats, so I love it. You know, it's like I had like chicken and broccoli today. I also, yeah, I don't know. I love it. It's like you could go really high and really low, and like things are really, it's like still really cheap. Like I went to like my favorite banh mi spot yesterday, and it was like just straight cash $9 sandwich. It's just like feels like the good old days, man. I mean, or at least there are places like that. Bro, I did the homework you gave me. Oh my God, I watched the videos and one, maybe two have jogged my memory. But dude, wait, aren't those good though? Also, aren't those like so Michelle Gondry? You know what I mean? It's like so like, again, like even like somehow like the Kylie Minogue one that's like all computers, but it also just feels like you're making magic. It's like this is like magic shit, you know? Or like did I say, I think I said Knives Out, but like that is so crazy because I actually do think, I'm not sure, but I think that was one take. Where again, it's like even with Bachelorette, I know for sure. I mean, that was a bunch of it was edited, but like when she was in the woods and then it came over and then she was in the train, or she was on the train and then it opened up and then she was in the train or whatever. It's like it's like theater. And it's like he's using like theater cute magic with like modern technology. It's just yeah, again, he was just so inspiring because I think he just used everything that he had at his fingertips. And also again, some of that stuff is just so beyond. Again, like I still don't even understand how you do some of that shit. But yeah, I also remember again, like it's like there's a certain something where I'm like, that could never, that's insane. That's like yeah, crazy. I'm glad you watched them. But my grandpa has, or my grandma has all her hell yeah. You don't gotta be, oh man, you need them. I mean, it's crazy. I know that the stats are way different these days, but I remember like the last time I checked, it was like, this is also years ago. So, I mean, obviously it's a lot different, but like, it was like 15% of like all recorded music on vinyl is digitalized by this point, where it's just like, there's so much out there where it's just like, there's hella, it's like VCRs you need as much as anything. Like you can't find some of that stuff, especially like, again, like when I was looking for like Luke's Peep Show and shit, that shit's gone. Or it's out there, but it's like, it's Cuddy. Oh my God, dude, my friend. Oh my god. My friend dude Justin said he had an art show that did well, and the first thing he bought was a pair of Mike Tyson signed shorts and a bootleg a VHS of Malibu's Most Wanted. It was one of those things where it's like, I know that fool, like I know him, but like if I didn't know him and I heard that, I'd be like on some like, did we just become best friends shit. Kev, I'm booking my ticket to New York today. Let me know good local spots. Yeah, where are you staying? It's also one of those things where like there's a few places where I feel like I'd be like, oh, go there as a destination, and it's like not even like that far, I'm sure, if you're staying in the city. But it's also crazy because New York is so like, it's like that old saying of like whatever, like what's the best pizza in New York? It's like the freshest slice or whatever. And granted, there's really levels to this shit, but it's like, yeah, like the Chinese spot I would say is the best. It's just because it's the closest, but because it's like it's all good. Oh my god, and the bagels and cream cheese, you're in for it. Kevin, my husband wants to know if you remember Garbage Pail Kids. Oh my god, of course. That was like the pinnacle. I also I forgot what happened, but I forgot what mom looked some way, and I was like, you look like the fool in the fucking the Garbage Pail Kid movie. Remember that movie? Also, Alex, I remember living with him, and Garbage Pail Kids were like the tippy top of, because it's like he's also like a comic book guy who also went down the road of like that, making that his life. So it was a little different. I just loved it because that was just weird ass shit. And I also love stickers. But he started making them. He like redesigned one of like a series of Garbage Pail Kids, and it was like one of like his like proudest moments as an artist. Those are the best. Also, yeah, just like, I always liked, again, like the comic book stuff I was kind of away from because I just couldn't read them, but it's like Garbage Pail Kids were like, it was a lane for weirdos as opposed to just like, if you liked like baseball and shit, also those puns are so good. Also, wait up. Is it Atom Bomb? Which is the first one? I saw that just went for like crazy dough, like the original first, or maybe the sketch or something. It's so dope. Yes, Kylie one blew my mind. I was like, how the fuck, dude? Yeah, and Knives Out so good. That kind of somber, dude. Bjork felt like a play. Yeah. It's also just like it. I remember. Gonna try to stay in Manhattan area. Awesome. I mean, we're like downtown. We're just downtown ass like people, I guess. But yeah, I got some recommendations for sure. Just ask me. Just let me know what you're looking for. But yeah, I remember. I also do remember. Like I was. I remember. This is also probably another reason why I was so like. Probably why I think in terms of content, because I'm like, Michel Gondry makes music videos, and so I was just like, I don't do that, but I'll do what I do. But and I also do remember when I got the first offer to make my first music video, I was like, yeah, I mean, I could do this, like I could do this, but when talking to some of the people who were like managers who were like handing over money to make the thing, yeah, they made reference to like Michel Gondry, and it's just like, don't look at me like that, bro. What do you, it's just like, because again, like at the time they were also kind of like looking for like viral whatever, or like I feel like that's like some like 2010 shit, like someone that, like looking for something like that. But again, they just made reference to like I forgot what was the Lego one, the White Stripes Lego one, also like the hardest button to button. It's just like, that was just, it was just like, what? Also, oh my God, I forgot. Yo, M, how's it going? Dude, have you seen Heard 'Em Say by Kanye West? He did two videos for that song, and one of them was with Michelle Gondry, and John Bryan's in it, and it's kind of like Michelle Gondry-ish, but it's like late Michelle. And then Kanye didn't like it, and then he had Bill Plampton do a whole other one, which is like, whoa. Kanye really knew how to like, or Kanye knows how to like pick. He knows how to surround himself with a whole lot of genius, which is also, yeah. I still love Foo Fighters, of course. Oh yeah, dude, it's just so good, man. I mean, it's also just one of those things where I can't even imagine. I feel like there had to have been no hesitation thinking like we got a fucking hit on our hands. You know what I mean? It's just like with all those things, it's just like this shit is gonna fucking blow minds. Yeah. Oh, and then I tried watching them HBO Max one or oh yeah. Yeah, I was watching Married with Children the other day, and yeah, they can't use like Frank Sinatra and stuff. I mean, yeah, it's nuts. I was watching some TikTok with some dude being like, "Yo, CDs, like buy CDs." And I was like, this guy's trying to make a case for CDs. And I mean, like, you don't have to fucking make a case for me. I'm buying CDs anyhow. Like, I was literally looking. There's a kid named Baby DC that Too Short put out in '98, and I'm like gonna buy it on CD. It's like I wasn't even. Who cares? But so, the thing was, he was like, "Yo, now with some of the labels and even some of the artists." They're remastering their music and they're changing some stuff. And like, he used in particular, there's which is just insane to think. And again, he really blew my mind with this, but he was just like, oh yeah, they did it with the Queen record. They auto-tuned Freddie Mercury on some stuff to clean up some vocals. And it's just like, what, dude, Freddie's perfect. Also, again, like Out of Tune is good, you know? Yo, Bert, how's it going? But it's nuts. It's like, yeah, like how would you, wonky is it, you know? I mean, again, it's like also like, what is rock and roll? Could you imagine like fine tuning like guitar pitches because like auto tune can get so specific? But then I was also thinking about it too, which is kind of nuts. And I didn't think about it at the time, but again, my favorite, John Bryan put out a record called Meaningless 20 years ago, and then it got shelved, and it just came out, but so it never really came out. So then it got remastered. So then I have a CD of it that is the version, but then there's a new version, and I mean, I'm like that motherfucker's a god, so I'm like, whatever, you know, but I'm also like, that's a trip, because they're different, you know? And it's like, whoa. So yeah, like watching that stuff on like HBO Max, like the fucking real shit is like really if you dubbed it back in the day, to all of it, you know? And I was thinking, I was watching some clip of like some in Living Color clip, some like it was like a Tommy Davidson something, and I'm like, I wonder. I doubt that they have the rights for all the musical guests and stuff. I'm sure some people will be like, I want $1 million for my appearance. And they're like, sick, cut it out. I wish I had all those dubs, but especially the Luke stuff, because that stuff is like, it's just so weird. But I really, 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 or I just want to find the bootleg man. You know what I mean? Like that's not that, because there's a world that's not online yet. Yeah, White Stripes Legos. I'm not sure about the Kanye. Yeah, it was Kanye. They did it at the Macy's in New York. it was cool. I mean, again, it was great. I mean, again, it's just like the worst Michel Gondry is like fucking just great, but yeah, it was cool. Like there was a moment where like John was playing the piano and he was just sitting still playing the piano, and there was a bunch of like toy pianos just going around him in circles, like stop motion. Like he probably sat there for like a day to make like 5 seconds, and it's just like Michelle. And I mean, I think he did use some computers for some of those things, but like I think that the magic comes from like knowing how hard that is to even just get. Took a long time before Wonder Years came out. DVD episodes had popular 60 songs. Whoa, that's sick. Well, that soundtrack is amazing. But my thing wasn't a lot of music from Def Jam, DJ Freeze. Yeah, I mean there was. I mean, because also wait, is it Clue was the DJ for it was Clue for Def Comedy Jam, right? There was some stuff, but I mean, I don't think there was like a crazy. Yo, just popping in to say, oh, thank you, Mackenzie. Also, same to you. I brought you up yesterday when I was yapping about, you did it. You're doing the best because it's like, yeah, like you're working more. That's so sick, dude. I'm like so stoked for you. I wish you sell all the things. I wish you get all the monies. And also I hope that making the work makes you happy and then makes people happy and then gives you money. I wish all of it for you. You could do what you want to do and live in color. Yes. Dude, I got sucked into the cultural music mashup rabbit hole other day and somehow ended up on Tribal Pakistani YouTube reviewing Bohemian Rhapsody with dude, that is awesome. And what, dude? That is like, how do you that's also like, that's so fun. It's important to like let the mind wander, or like let the algorithm take you. Let the algorithm take you, man. That is it. Appreciate it, man. I'm very happy and awesome. See ya, Mackenzie. In the 90s with 40 mile, in the 90s, 40 mile ones got here in Wyoming on my way to Yellowstone. Mobile service is spotty. What's Yellowstone again? I know that's a crazy one, but I'm my mom's son. Also, that's awesome, Big Cheese. How is it? It's a hot one. I feel like it's crazy that every time I fucking think that I really do think Rob Thomas. Dude, it's a hot one, man. But also, yo, how was the Tribal Pakistani reviewing Bohemian Rhapsody? It's funny. I have there's a weird conversation to be whatever about writing music. It's a national park. That's what I thought, but so hated it, of course, dude. You went like this, yeah, dude, hated it, of course. Yeah, that's oh my god, the best. But it's funny. I remember we were talking about like just songwriter dude, and he brought up the idea between a good song, like a performance piece, and a good song. And again, this gets very controversial very fast, extremely fast. So buckle up. We also don't have to have this conversation, but they were just saying that a good song could be covered. Like a good song is a good song is a good song. And it's not that if it's a good song, like if it's a good recording of a song or whatever. A good song is like you could play like an unaffected version of it, like a very like a dry Muzak version of it, and it'll like it works, you know, like yesterday is a good song kind of thing. Where it's just like if you heard someone like kind of getting the chords right and even the melody slightly off, it's still like, oh, yeah, there's something there, you know? Where like Bohemian Rhapsody, again, it's an amazing piece, but like as a song, it's hard to cover. It's hard to do. I also don't think that there is a version of Bohemian Rhapsody that is good besides Freddie Mercury Queen doing Queen, you know? But also the exception is like if you're such an artist and you turn anything like Prince can do anything, but it's because he turns it into Prince. If you could really redo anything to the point where it is yours again, well then, you know, like I think that like again, one of the best to ever, but like James Brown, people can't do James Brown. I've never heard a good James Brown cover. I don't think. But also, if you can cover James Brown, then you could just play music. You know, it's like, you know, you could just, whatever you're doing, you could just be writing your own music, you know? Besides that, it's like James Brown is impossible to cover because it's like all those musicians are so gnarly that like if it's not them, Hurt by Johnny Cash. Hurt's a great one for sure. And again, but Johnny Cash is Johnny Cash. I also think that it's like that version of it is so Johnny Cash that he becomes like, you know, like again, this reinterpretation is like, it's like, again, artists could transform. But like, let's just say like Stairway to Heaven. Like it's like you want to hear Robert Plant, like you want to hear Jimmy Page, you want to hear those dudes doing a thing, but like if you don't have that, then it's like this is I want the, you know, it's like we have fucking, you know, Led Zeppelin at home. No one wants that. But like if you like Life on Mars by fucking David Bowie, get the fuck out of here. If there was like, you know, if it was like a fucking, it was like a kindergarten who like, if they were getting the chords right and the melody right, you'd be like, fuck man, it's pretty good. It's good, you know? I feel that way about, I Hope You Dance. I think that's the name. And a lot of those emo cursed singing covers. Yeah, I mean, well, again, it's also like, you know, it's like Carole King wrote songs like Natural Woman or whatever, you know, like Too Late. Like these are like, you could cover them. It's also like, I feel like it's like why you saw old records. Like I remember John mentioning that the Beatles ruined music simply because back in the day, it used to be like there's a songwriter and there was a musician, there were musicians, and then it's like the fucking artist was like the lowest on the totem pole. You know, I mean, it's not that they weren't. I mean, obviously it's not the case, but because it's like that's who's selling the records. But it's like there's a really good documentary on the Wrecking Crew, and I think like Cher was talking about Hal Blaine, and she was just like, oh my God, like Hal said I did well. And it's just like, it's crazy that there was a world where like, yeah, like motherfuckers are out here being like, yo man, like you're making the music that's like really selling the whatever. Or like what, you know, it's like when you're seeing like a band try to play like Motown. I mean Motown, yes, but like Motown's hard to cover. I also said, I mean, again, those songs are amazing. Those are fucking songs. But like, yeah, like it's funny because it's like the Funk Brothers. I mean, obviously those like Motown's like my favorite shit, but it's like I don't sing. I could sound good if the Funk Brothers are behind me. You know, again, I'm not saying anything to like Stevie Wonder or Marvin Gaye or anything. Obviously, these are like, you know, like fucking Gladys Knight. Are you kidding? These are my heroes. But like, yeah, you know, I mean, if you had that crew behind you, my mom could sound good. I Will Always Love You. Yeah, but again, that's a song. That's a fucking song. Like, that's like, again, like if, again, those are hard notes to hit. And like, look, I mean, I'll take Whitney over fucking, you know, Dolly Parton in that, whatever, but it's also like Dolly did her thing with that. It's also, again, that's a song that could be fucking recorded, you know, because it's written heavy. I always dug the James Taylor covers, so different than the original. Oh yeah, for sure. But also again, like James Taylor is like going for songs, and James Taylor, it's like it's like I remember my dad. My dad taught me a lot by not telling me anything. Like not like he. I thought it was fucking hell. Yeah, Ricky, I have. Yeah, fuck with them. But I, dude, my dad sat me down and was like, he played some jazz music for me, and he's just like, "Who's on the horn?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I thought in a million years I could never. I mean, it's also kind of along the lines of like, I feel like a chef being like, "Oh, it's missing turmeric." It's just like, motherfucker, I could never. I mean, granted, I thought that when I was a kid, and now I'm like, are you kidding? I mean, like, it's like I could feel Monk. Monk is an easy one because Monk is so Monk, but like I know what fucking Ramsey Lewis's touch feels like. I know I could hear Tommy Tedesco easy, you know? Or fucking, I mean, Billy Preston. I mean, there's, yeah, oh my God. Like, again, like James Jamerson. It's just, it's so blatant. But again, I didn't know I could do that. Or I mean, I never thought that someone could do that. But it's also one of those things too, where it's just like when talk about like a musician, like I also use that term kind of like lightly. It's like musicians. There's, I mean, there are musicians out there, but there's not. I mean, again, like this is me being a fucking ass, but again, you could tell there's a difference. But when someone has ears, you know, kept asking myself if I was hospital or, whoa, is everything cool, Aaliyah? If you don't know by now, that's a funny one. If you don't know by now, Dead on a Sunday does good covers, and do it their own way, gothish sound. Well, again, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you could take any song, if you got it like that as a band, but again, it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're able to, again, it's like I think I said, but like it's like Prince. Like Prince can cover any song because any song will sound like Prince. Like I don't know, I haven't really heard Dead on a Sunday like covers, but I'm assuming Dead on a Sunday as Dead on a Sunday has a Dead on a Sunday sound. So like you could take anything because you're really just taking any, chords, this and that, and then you're just putting it into like your filter. But it's like I think that when people are also just like trying to make a decent version of the song, well then again that's you're getting into funny, it's getting into funny waters, It's like, yeah, like I don't know, like I love like fucking Billy Joel. Billy Joel wrote some fucking tunes, like it's like if you heard like a shitty version of like Vienna, like someone just like playing Vienna, you'd probably be like, man, this good. If you like that kind of stuff, I mean, I like a lot of like soft poppy, like adult contemporary. I don't know what the fuck you want to call that. Or again, like Burt Bacharach is like my favorite, but he wrote that motherfucker wrote songs like Burt Bacharach. I mean, Burt Bacharach is like I mean, to me, one of the pinnacle examples of it, where it's like, yeah, that's why you hear so many covers of Say a Little Prayer, because Say a Little Prayer on paper pops, it's like you hear, yeah, like What the World Needs Now or whatever. And you're just like, oh yeah, it's a good song. There's like a message and it's that. Oh, but I was also saying that the Beatles, John was saying that the Beatles kind of ruined music, and I'm paraphrasing, and it's like, but he was just like, there used to be a songwriter and there used to be musicians who play the songs, and there used to be artists who perform like the vocal on the track. And it was a good thing. And then there's four lads from Liverpool who wrote their own music and played their own instruments, and then also experimented in the studio. And then, by the time you got into like the 60s, still like in the 70s really happened, but in the 60s, you know, you could still have like a house band, you know, like making the music and then you performing on top of it. You know, like, I don't know, like Phil Spector could do his thing and then you could be an artist on top of it. But like by the time like Bob Dylan and like the Beatles really came through, you couldn't let a band play your music. You had to play your own instruments. And then, I mean, it basically turned into, I mean, I think that a lot of amazing music came out of there, but then you just kind of got like, it almost felt like maybe YouTube, like anyone could do anything now, you know, as opposed to like, you know, having like A sides and B sides. You have records now, like full blown records that have poignant, yeah, like just fucking ideas of today, as opposed to just like broad like love songs or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I wonder what the Pakistani people were talking about Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm assuming they I hope they like it. Also, wait, wait, if you don't know me by now, have you guys ever seen The Office UK? Have you seen David Brent's version of If You Don't Know Me by Now? And the music video. Also, wait, wasn't there a movie on David Brent and like the road to like whatever? Is that a thing? Also, do you guys like The Office? I feel like everyone kind of likes Office, but like, have you seen The Office UK compared to The Office America, or like, what do you like better? Yeah, I feel like The Office is so like, it's like a part of our like language by this point. So who mentioned Threat Level Midnight? Threat Level Midnight, dude. Yeah, glad everything's well, yeah. If this comes through later, barely any service in the mountains. See ya, Big Cheese. Big Cheese, also, how long are you going for? Or I guess you're out of here. Enjoy Yellowstone. Also, wait, oh yeah, Yellowstone is Wyoming? Or is he going through Wyoming to get to Yellowstone and that's somewhere else? Wait, did not see David Brent's version, but definitely have to now. Haven't delved into The Office UK, the US version. Have seen it a million times. Dude, short kitten. I mean, I don't know if you're into cringe. It's like The Office UK is a little hard to watch. It's like, it's so fucking embarrassing. David Brent is so nuts. Like I remember I went on a cruise, which also I'm not a fan of cruises, but I went on a cruise for the first time with my friend and his cousin, and his cousin brought The Office on DVD on the cruise, and we were like, "What do you do?" Like, let's go and hang out and like party and do whatever. And this dude wanted to stay in and watch The Office, and I was like, "This is so fucking weird." And then, but it's also like, this is like still like Office like season. Who knows? It's like prime time. It's like real Office hours, you know. And then we were going to bed, and we'd like, you know, episode would be on and be like, "Oh man, this is funny." But then we didn't, you know, we couldn't watch all of them, or we couldn't watch. He only had one season and like maybe a few discs, so we just watched the same thing over and over. So then I went home and I got The Office, and then I got The Office UK just because I was like, "Oh, more of The Office," and I watched the first episode and I just couldn't watch it. I was like, "This, I don't get it at all." And then like a year later, I had like the flu and I had nothing to watch. where I was just like, I watched everything and I'm like, whatever. And again, this is also like DVD time and I didn't have a TV. And I put it on and I was like, this is my favorite show. This is like, it was so, dude, I can't even explain it. It's so bad. It is so, I mean, it's the best, but it's like, if you think Michael Scott is cringe, Michael Scott is like a suave sweetheart. David Brent is fucking rough, dude. So Short Kid. I mean, you should watch. You should watch it. It's so, you should watch it. And so there was a moment where David Brent, he wanted, he wanted to play music again, and he did a cover of "If You Don't Know Me by Now," and like in the show there was like a music video of it, and it was so, it's like he really did a good job, a really 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 good job. I don't care if this is my, yeah. One thing he did that's really really good is, you gotta watch The Office. One thing he did that was really good was he made you, he really made you feel bad for him, how lame he was or how lame he is, but also he's so unaware. He's not lame at all, and he's the lame. It's so, oh my god, again, it's hard. It is hard. Hi Mama Bear, how's it going? About One Tree Hill and Reborn. DVDs are crazy when you go to sleep, and one fever dream because the screen keeps play. Oh yeah, for sure. I know that really well, really really well. I mean, I haven't really been taking advantage of it's also weird. I guess it's like really like YouTube. I really fuck with YouTube, but I have a bunch of like movies and like VHSs and a bunch of like stuff that I've been sitting on that I want to that I wanted to watch at my apartment in LA. And I just get caught up in like YouTube so easily. But again, it's just one of those, like, some of those things are really, really, they're hard to come by, like they're not, it's like they're not out, like even like there was a dude in San Francisco at this spot called the Green Apple, and he's this guy named Anonymous, and he put out these bootlegs that were so illegal, but like just shows, and I used to go all the time to just buy whatever they had there, and it was called the Anonymous Archives, and yeah, I don't even understand why some of that stuff isn't out still. It's weird. But yeah, I like the DVD world, even though, again, like I was watching Married with Children and I was like, oh no, it's different. Like, oh god, this is whack. Even though, again, it was so great. I would have clocked Michael Scott with a stapler so quick. The way he did Pam was ridiculous. What did Michael Scott do to Pam again? I feel like the only thing I really, really remember was when Michael bought The Office, the drawing of The Office, and then he was like, it's on paper, and then they hugged. That was really sweet. We're discussing The Office UK and The Office America. I mean, he harassed everyone at one point or another. Dwight. Yeah, for sure. I mean, but see, that's what I'm saying. I think that with David Brent, he was really, really unaware. And I think that Michael was like more aware. And because he was more aware, but also not aware, he was more of like, sometimes he could be looked at as mean compared to like Mike, like Dave. It's also like yeah. Like, I don't really watch Gervais' stand-up, but he is a trip, dude. Also, I'm looking at An Idiot Abroad, What he did to Carl Pinkerton, bud, that is nuts. He said, I mean, I bet, yeah, hilarious show. Pam and Ryan. He sexually harassed Pam and Ryan. Oh, also, he kissed Oscar that one time, and he was like, "I did it." Oh my god. Yeah. Also, I mean, I get it, but I don't know. I'm a little bit lost on how many people adopted The Office. I've been seeing memes or a while ago, but memes being like going on dating apps and like people's whole personality is just The Office. It's like I totally feel that. Also, one of my favorite shows is Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I don't know why I haven't got into that. I just don't think I really watched like a whole thing. I watched one episode because I dressed mom up as what did she call him? John Vito, 1 year. So I watched that episode, but Oscar's face after, yeah. Daniel DeVito killed it. Yeah, I don't know that, but I don't know that. I haven't watched more of that show. I should though. I know it's like a lot of like the people who I really love it. So it's like I know that like it's one of the ones, but haven't I'm gonna do that before the end of the year. What is that on? Is that like an FX show, right? I've been getting into clips from Arrested Development. The mom is hilarious, gives me some drunk auntie vibes as Karen from Will and Grace. I feel that. Yeah, for sure. Also, Patrice O'Neal's in that movie or in that show. Also, it was funny the other night. I went out and I was with like a comedian, and someone was like, so I stopped by. My friend works at a bar, and he makes sandwiches. So I'll stop by and he'll be like, "Want a sandwich?" And I'm like, yeah, why not? And so we stopped by to see him, and then there was just like, it's like a bar, so like people were just like hammered, and then one person was like really pissed off at another person and was like trying to like keep it cool, but kind of like couldn't, and so they were yelling, but it was like not bad yelling, just kind of like just loud. They were like, "The money," and they forgot whatever, and then she was just like, "Is in the banana," or what is that? What's the line? The money is in the banana. The money is in the banana shop. What was it? But it was funny because like they said the money and she finished that line and like I knew what the reference was and I was like, that's so funny, but no one understood what she was saying, and that made it funnier. I'm like, oh my god, like and it just made the drunk person madder, being like, what are you talking about bananas for? I was like, this is incredible. I only got into it a few years ago and laughed so hard. Highly recommend the pregnant episode, Kev. Oh my god, cried of laughter. Yeah, I'll check it out. I mean, I'm one of those, I'm the kind of person who like it's like I won't even watch an episode. I'll start at the beginning and I'll just watch the whole thing, and it's just the way I am. But I'll totally watch it. Not quoting the show and dude, for real. And it was so funny. It was like she didn't say it, like even like it was kind of under her breath, but it was also kind of like within the conversation. It was like loud enough for everyone to hear. And then the person was just like, "What the talking about bananas for?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, man, this is so funny." Patrice. It's also wild, especially so that bar is a comic bar. It's like there's a bunch of comedians over there. It's a trip. Patrice is so like understood as something so different than, I feel like when I would like hear him on like Opie and Anthony or just like those like comps and stuff, it was still like people who were watching it in real time and like people who like really fucked with him. And now it's like he's like a true to life like he's like a mythical figure. Oh my god, Also, I watched a Dolomite movie. It's very interesting. I never knew about him. Oh my god. Wait, Mama Bear, how did you like it? Also, oh my god. You remember oh my god. The way I cried when the kid was Dolomite outside. I'm getting choked up even thinking about it. When he was Dolomite, he did the impression and then he didn't even go to the oh my god. I'm going to cry. That is my that's like the best. That's the best. Yeah, how'd you like it? Oh, I mean, I knew what you meant. Also, I'm stoked you watched it. Also, oh my god, I'm so stoked that like that being like an Eddie Murphy passion project. Oh my god, that's so cool to me. And I watched a few things of him kind of like talking about it, just like kind of like because I knew I wanted to watch it, but I also think I probably liked it a lot because I was just like Eddie Murphy doing a Netflix movie about Dolomite, whatever, like whatever. But every step of the way, like it's like I left crying and feeling like an asshole for like not paying it respect before I even saw it, being like, oh my god, this is going to be so great. But I also don't know if I don't know if I feel that about anything anymore. I mean, I do, but I haven't really seen something like a trailer for something and being like, oh my god, I can't wait to see whatever. Yeah, I also I don't watch trailers and shit. Like I don't have TV to watch commercials, and some things pop up in my feed, but it's normally like friends being like, let's go to the movies. I did cry, but I was like, whoa, Eddie Murphy, he was amazing. Oh my God. Yeah, so many amazing actors and actors. I think, oh my God, I'm so glad you saw it. Yeah, but yeah, by the end when he didn't even go into the premiere because he was just like, what the fuck? I mean, I seen the shit, just like I'm gonna go outside and look at people. It's like, oh my God, that's so fucking cool. And like the reviews, that's like real. The reviews, oh my God. Like everything, like every piece of advice, I think everything that I think someone needs to know about art is in that movie. And like, it's like, I totally recommend watching Dolomite. But I feel like it really is a specific type of thing. If you like that thing, it's amazing. But if you don't know that thing, it's probably so weird. Also, I think that it's like one of those, again, I mean, I think it's great, period. But I'm very into that kind of thing. But like, I think that if you're a kid watching it, it's just the most incredible thing ever because it's like, or I mean, I think if you're a kid watching it, you're like, it's cool. It's like, there's like all the things that he said where he just like, when he watched, I forgot what movie he was watching, but he was just like, there's no kung fu, there's no titties, there's no whatever, and it's like, I think that any kid watching a movie with all of those things, and again, like he was like bigger. And I mean, it's just like, he was still like a hunk. He was like a sex symbol to some. I mean, like, that Dolomite is not an actor, I mean, at the time, it's like he wouldn't be getting any roles to being Shaft. You know what I mean? It's just like yeah. Then I went to YouTube and I watched actual Dolomite clip. Oh my God, how'd you like the Dolomite clips? Now we're talking. Like, oh my God. Yeah, also all those one-liners when he made that dude dance in the middle of the road with his girls. Again, it's like it's also, again, I think that The Office UK does a good job of it. Like, I think The Office UK does a really good job of trying to make a show feel like a certain Dolomite thing where like Dolomite was so unaware that he was almost like protected, even though, again, like he got his feelings hurt and stuff, but so sick. Oh, that's so awesome. But like, But I think that it's just like, yeah, again, like I'm saying about mom and her work, it's just like the fact that anything exists is a miracle, you know? So she's like, oh my God, it's like, I bet there is just no way in the world Dolomite didn't finish the movie and was like, this is a masterpiece, you know? Like, this is the best thing ever. And that's like the most heartwarming shit of all time to me. Has anyone ever, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever done that. I don't know if I've ever felt that. He wasn't an actor. He was the original content creator. That's not, no. I mean, I think there's a lot of like, if it's like art to content, like that funny conversation. There was a lot of bad back then, but also, I don't know, his records were really good. Like his records were cool and good. And again, his movies were good too, but yeah, I mean, like if you're going and comparing yourself to like Shaft with like a fucking, you know, like just like Isaac Hayes soundtracks alone could make anything cool, or like Curtis Mayfield, anything would look amazing if Curtis was behind it, you know? I made this watch it. That's true. It reminded me of Shaft. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that, you know, he saw Shaft and shit and was just like fucking that. And then me. And it's like, that is it, you know? Like, I feel like, yeah, you know, like I think that him saying kind of like, why not me, is like the best thing ever. Yeah. Blaxploitation films. Yeah. I mean, those are also like, it's also kind of like along the lines of like the horror, the B horror movies. Again, like that's like, it's like, I know you fuck with that, but it's like, that's my shit. Yeah. I also feel like, I mean, my favorite movie is, The Last Dragon. But again, I mean, I feel like that's like, no, but I mean, I think that that's just kind of good. Or, I mean, it's like, yeah, you know, I mean, it's like, it feels like it's like on like a slight budget, but like, you know, like DeBarge is on the fucking soundtrack, and so is Willie Hutch. Or Willie Hutch. Like, those soundtracks are so amazing. Jackie Brown 2. Yeah, that's, Jackie Brown's great. Also, I mean, yeah, like he loves those movies. But also, yeah, it's like all those are just so, I don't know. I have a soft spot for that. And also I feel like it's just like, it just reminds me of my dad and stuff. But also it's like, I really like the feel of those movies. It's like, I like the feel of those movies like a million times better than like The Godfather. And I mean, I'm not like trying to really compare, but it's like, you know, like the like, you know, I mean, also like I feel like I really feel them in like early Scorsese films. Like it feels kind of like student-y, or it feels like, again, like we're just gonna go out and make a movie, and that's so like, oh my God, that's so, I fucking love I love the feeling of someone just going and doing something, and it's like they're not really overthinking anything, but because they're not overthinking anything, there's some like corners that they might have like overlooked, or like some things that, you know, like they cut in a way that also is just like, you give it a pass, you know? The feeling, music, the vibe in The Last Dragon never be matched by anything else for me. Oh my God, for real? It really is. It's my favorite. It's my number one. I think Shonuff is the coolest dude ever. Even though he was the bad guy, he was my number one. I mean, like, it's like, if I think Converse, I think Shonuff. Bruce Leroy was awesome. Oh my God, can you teach me some moves? So awesome. Vanity, so awesome. Motown, so awesome. The Glow. But that's it too. Again, it's every single thing you need to know in, I think, life is the glow. And if you got the glow, that's it. That really is it. I mean, you could I wouldn't say that you could, stop bullets with your teeth, but yeah, it was just like, it's also like, it's Kung Fu Panda, you know what I mean? Where it's just like, it's like the dragon scroll is blank, but it's not blank. It's like, if you see nothing, then it's nothing. But if the dragon scroll is, you see yourself, if you open the fortune cookie with no fortune, you could be like, the master, and it's just like, no. Once you kind of realize you're the master, there is no one that's going to help you get to the master. I mean, that's not entirely true, but yeah, it's like, it's the best. And it's also like, I don't know. I don't even, I did like Kung Fu stuff, but I think it was a lot of music, and it was a lot of like, I thought Shonuff looked so cool. And I just liked New York, I guess. But I didn't know I was like, so I'm glad I basically like brainwashed myself with all that stuff. It's almost ridiculous. Our time people going back and forth. I don't know. Shonuff is the man, and all the elements you're saying. Oh my God, yeah, so good. I have, I'm just looking at a 7-inch on my wall, and I guess it's from, Dwight Davis. It's just I can't wait. Oh yeah, it's called The Last Dragon. That song. I mean, also, yeah, like if you've it's also funny because I remember just kind of being like a bit snobby and a bit of an asshole where like I really love the 70s. Like the 70s is like I love all the decades, sure, but like the 70s and the 90s are really my thing. And Willie Hutch records from the 70s are like my favorite. I mean they're that time, it's like everything sounded so good, and like I loved like the like that whole thing was so great. And then I had to really learn, like I had to grow up to like appreciate the 80s and like synths and this and that compared to like what I really liked about the 70s. And then it was like I remember being like, oh my God, Willie Hutch, like why is he making music like this compared to what he did? But then like one of the reasons why I kind of came around is because of him on that soundtrack. And I was like, nah, man, it is cool. But also like, it doesn't sound like the old stuff. And I'm like, that's just a dumb conversation I was having with myself, but it's so, oh my God, The Last Dragon. It's so good. But for real. Yeah, isn't it? It's like, yeah, isn't it? It's a dragon scroll, I mean, and it's also, again, it's like, that's my favorite shit. And it's like, and it's like, and really, I should, this is, again, I should be taking notes on this to just make the video, but like The Last Dragon, and let's just say, and one thing I really love about, the amount of times I've heard Who's the Master, dude, after people, dude, that's so sick. Dude, Who's the Master? Dude, that's so sick. But again, I never really put them together, even though it's just so blatantly obvious. But yeah, like let's just say my favorite two movies are let's just say they're fucking The Last Dragon and Dolomite. And The Last Dragon is like the blueprint in order to teach you that you got the glow. And let's just say understanding that you got the glow is the only thing that matters. And then it doesn't make a difference what you make, but like Dolomite had the glow and then he made his thing. And I think that we could feel the glow in him. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like I've come across things. I mean, I feel like we all probably have, but like in some regards, like some things are like phoned in and some things are just for like some money, and that's again totally fine. I'm not mad at any of that shit. But also, like you could tell, like it's like I almost feel like this too. Like let's just say with The Last Dragon, I think that I don't, again, I've never really thought about this, but did Sho'nuff have the glow? I'm sure ish. But I'm like, let's just say Sho'nuff, let's just say the glow is only seen through Bruce Leroy. Bruce Leroy, because he didn't have the glow, he saw the glow in others. I also feel like Sho'nuff got some fake glow because of all the motherfuckers saying like, who's the master Sho'nuff? Like, it's like they were like sycophants around being like, wait, I joined here. Like last, yeah. What's yeah. Eat peasy. Well, I mean, I was saying we were talking about movies and whatnot. And my favorite is The Last Dragon. But yeah, so it's like, so let's just say the glow is of the POV of Bruce Leroy. Yo, Scoops. I think because I think it's one of those things where like, maybe again, I've never thought about this, but no, Sho'nuff didn't have the glow, because if you have the glow, you can't lose the glow. But also, I think that Bruce Leroy didn't. It's like everyone has, like, the glow is a forest. Like everyone's got the glow, but he couldn't tap into the glow. But then once he kind of realized that he had the glow, Sho'nuff was already done. And again, it's like, I think that he got some of this, like this like fake forest, because people were like, so like, yo, you're the best. And again, like anyone could be the best for a minute if they're like the strongest in the room or some shit. But like Bruce Leroy had a hard time. Yeah, just like, again, because it's like one of those things where like he I was telling this to a friend right before I came here, but they were asking this they were talking about something. They asked some question about whatever, and they were asking me it, and I was just like, I don't fucking know. But they were asking me something, and it was about like art in a way where it's just like, this isn't, all I stumbled upon was like, this isn't like, you're not asking a question that someone could give you an answer for. It's a lesson you have to learn. You know what I mean? It's like Bruce Leroy was asking, the master how to become a master. That's not a question you ask. That's like it's like, in his journey, his parents had to get, his fucking, the store had to be busted up and shit. He fucking, like his girl had to be fucking taken away. His brother had to get his ass whooped. And then his friends had to come and try to help. And then he realized he's got the forest behind him. And then he had to like fight like the baddest fool ever and essentially get his ass whooped. And then, it's just like, it was like, it doesn't make it, you can't like read a book on how to swim. You know what I mean? It's like, you gotta like, it's like you just realize you got the glow when you do. I mean, or, I think that, maybe you should know that the glow exists, but also maybe not even, like, you don't even need to know that. But to have it, but it's like, but that's also it too. It's like, maybe it's like in so many words or in some kind of like metaphor, it's like he had the imposter syndrome as a master. And then once he was like, getting whooped, he was like, well, maybe I'm the master. I love any Kung Fu movies, Crouching Tiger. I'm bummed. I was trying to watch that on the flight over. But they only had, they had like, I don't know what it was, but it was like, there was one button I couldn't, like I needed subtitles obviously. And then it was just like, that button didn't work. So I was like, I can't watch this. And I just watched fucking 10 episodes of Curb. But yeah, I fuck with a lot of those, the old, like the Shaw Brothers movies. Like every so often I go to Amoeba and like I see those box sets and there's like it's like $200 for like 500 movies, and it's like this is too much. Has anyone seen Kung Fu Hustle? I haven't. Is that the comedy, right? Yeah, but that's like that was like from the 90s, right? Oh my god, I was just I was just thinking about all the fucking I should fucking have I should make a commentary. I should dub The Last Dragon with like, you see what happens with just like not like what's going on, but just like just commentary on the whole thing and being like just trying to explain the glow. Oh my god. But also another reason why I think that with that and like I compare it to Kung Fu Panda, and I think Kung Fu Panda was just so good because it's also like instead of using terms like master or like whatever, it was using terms like awesome. And I really, 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 really like that. And I thought it was really cool. And I like was like, oh man, like, yeah, it's rad to think that like a kid, you know, like he like as a like Poe was such a fan. Like I identify with Poe not as like the fucking dragon warrior, but like he loved them, you know, so much, and he's always just like, oh my god, I'm just so happy to be here, and I can't believe it's like he knew everyone's everything because he respected the thing and he thought it was so cool, and then he just wanted to be awesome like they were awesome. Because it's like, I think that even when you get into something like being a master, it just, there's already this like heavy connotation where being awesome is also being the master, but like, it's just also about like being like cool. How's it going, Maria? I think the glow he was channeling was flowing the wrong way and for fake reasons, where Leroy was able to realize he had it because he allowed it to present itself in him. Sho'nuff was forcing the glow. Yeah, I agree with that. But I also feel like, but I mean, the only reason why I said ish is, can you force the glow? Do you know what I mean? It's like, obviously the glow is the force. It's the forest. Can you fake the force? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you have it, you could use it. But if you don't have it, how do you fake it? Do you know what I mean? But I'm completely with you. Because there was a certain something. Because also, let's just take it for face value. He had the glow. He had a glow. So, yes. But I was just saying it through, let's just say, Leroy's eyes. Because it felt like the glow was like something that only one person can attain in the movie at any time. So Sho'nuff had it and then Leroy didn't. But then when Leroy got it, Sho'nuff didn't have it. And it almost, I mean, there was moments where obviously, you know, they were like fighting and it was like, I mean, if that's not fucking hood Star Wars, I don't know what is. That movie is the best fucking movie. But yeah, it seemed like there was a moment where like it was like transferring or something. But also, yes, I think that like there's a certain, you know, like if it is a matter of like confidence or whatnot, he had it from someone else. But that is exactly it. I mean, I also agree with that completely. I mean, I've thought about it. This is what I was saying about when working with bands a while ago. I wanted to do stuff on the internet simply because if they put out something and they were hoping for a big publication to write about it, they're riding a wave that is essentially the gang giving Sho'nuff the glow. if the gang is giving you the glow, if the gang leaves, you don't have the glow. And I was over here being like, listen, if we make things on our own, we can make motion ourselves. And it's a matter of us giving us the glow. You know, it's like art begets art. Like if you're working and you're doing it, and then it's like I forgot who I was talking to about this, but like, you know, if you work on something that you fucking hate, then it's draining as fuck. But like if you're working on something you really love, even if you're tired because it's keeping you up and it's a pain to create, by the time you're done, you're like rejuvenated with a certain life. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not going to take away from you. It's only going to give you more of a certain something. But again, if you are, yes, like getting validation from others because of it, well, then that's a slippery slope. It really is. Because it's like, yes, it's like, because it is going to go away. And when it goes away, like, are you going to be all right with it? And that's that's a problem compared to, yeah, like Leroy realized it within him completely. And I think again, like, so did he take it from Shonuff, or also, which makes sense, Shonuff sees it in someone else and then he's shook because he doesn't really have it. Yeah, you know, because it's like, definitely do what drives you. Yes, completely. My kids love Kung Fu Panda. Hell yeah. Awesome. That's so great. I love. Okay, I'll watch Kung Fu Hustle. But yeah, I mean, and again, I think it's like, I also like I just like fun shit, but I also feel like, I think when I was younger, I really did kind of like apply those things to me in real time. I was like, oh yeah, you know, like, oh yeah, like, because I also do remember, like, I remember, and I know I mentioned this story slightly, but like, yeah, like I remember I was bullshitting about rap music and stuff, and yeah, like, so there's 4 schools in my district, and so, you know, you could actually Kung Fu, dude, yeah, I'll check it out for sure. But there was you know, 2 popular girls, and yeah, there were kids, there were some of my friends who like were the cool guys, you know. I mean, I mean, again, it's also like, I don't know, but you know what I mean. It's like people deem them like Shonuff, you know. And I was like, yeah, cool, whatever, you know. It's like, I'm just like friends with Shonuff. I'm not like being like, who's the master Shonuff, but I'm like, it's like I was on par with Shonuff, I guess. But I also feel like it's like that too. It's like I was probably on par with Shonuff because I didn't give a shit about Shonuff, and that was my in, you know. And again, like that there's something there, but they also got the glow because of people around, and then there was these girls' older sister, and then I was just talking about rap music, and this girl was like, why are you guys looking at these two? Look at him. And I'm like, whoa, dude, no. Because I was always nervous to be in any center of attention, because I was like, I just figured somehow I was just going to go back to like, somehow they're going to be like, read this. And I'm like, just going to sit there being like, I don't know what's going on. So again, I also didn't fully have the glow, but the thing was, they got the glow because people gave them the glow. And then she saw the glow in me, and but I was still just like, whoa, like, you know. But it's also like, you know, I think that's it too, you know. I think some people can't see some things in them that other people could maybe see, plain and simple. Because also, like, I mean, Gandhi said, like, we're dazzled when we see in others what we lack in ourselves. It's like, I don't think that she was looking at me being like, oh my God, I lack this within me. But I think she was just like, she just saw some part of me that was like honest. And like, I wasn't talking about rap music because I wanted them to think I was cool. I was really just like, oh my God, like fucking Too Short, man. You know, I really think like, oh my God, like I love the Dangerous Crew, and I really love, you know, like I love Oakland, you know, and I don't know. It's like he sold 1 million records out of his trunk. but Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I think it also is like, you know, like a passion and like a, I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, wait a second. It's 6:30. I gotta meet up with my buddy. I said 6:30. Yes, yeah, wait. I should what in the actual fuck is up? How's it go? Dude, Ray. We're just talking about the glow. Have you ever seen The Last Dragon? Just being yourself, dude. Yeah, it's also, but that's also so funny that it's like it's so hard sometimes, you know? I mean, it's like it's not. But I mean, it's not even so hard sometimes. Sometimes it's impossible, you know? But like, yeah, that's it. You know, like there's just no two ways about it. Like that's always the case. That's always the answer. And also, that's what I'm also saying too. When I was talking about this, and I was saying it to Chrissy because she was asking me some questions. I'm like, again, over here, language, time, and yourself. And again, yourself is the infinity and the forest and forever and, you know, anything you really want. But yeah, but again, it's hard. It is. It's 11 o'clock on the dot. I need to crack pot on the spot. That's what's up. Um, okay, yo, guys, I love you. I'm gonna go say what's up to Paul. Haven't seen him. I wish you the best. I will. Yeah, I'll probably be on tomorrow. I'm sure I'll be on tomorrow sometime. But yeah, it was good hanging out. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Peace. Bye.